Now, if you're saying to yourself, hey, that car looks like the car from Back to the Future, well, that's because it's an exact replica of the one from Back to the Future. You know, most of those cars were destroyed, but this one is about as authentic as you can get because it has a lot of the pieces from the actual car in the film. The car itself is a 1981 DeLorean. It has gull-wing doors and stainless steel bodywork. Not really a great car when it came out, but an interesting car and certainly different. But Back to the Future made this car iconic.
Are you telling me that you built a time machine out of a DeLorean?
The way I see it, if you're gonna build a time machine into a car, why not do it with some style?
There's a whole generation of people that grew up loving that movie, hence loving this car. In fact, we're gonna meet one of those fans right now. We're on our way to the Gamble House. That's a historical home here in Pasadena, California, that was used for the filming of Back to the Future.
And what better place than this truly one-of-a-kind house to talk about this iconic, one-of-a-kind car?
Hey, how's it going, Jay? Nice. Oh my God, you brought it!
Hey.
Jay, why are you still up there? Oh my God, this is incredible.
Chris Hardwick is one of the busiest guys in showbiz. He's the host of the game show called The Wall on NBC and Talking Dead on AMC. And he started a very popular podcast covering all things nerd. Chris just might be the world's biggest Back to the Future fan.
You know, I watched it last night for the first. I knew it was your favorite film, so I said, I'm going to watch it. It holds up reasonably well. I mean, the product placement is hilarious. Hey, look, could I have a Pepsi free?
I'll take a tab. I'll take a tab.
Yeah, I mean, all the product placement was hilarious.
But it teaches you very important lessons like don't have sex with your mom no matter how drunk she tries to get you.
Yeah.
And then also always meet an old man in a mall parking lot at 1 a.m. when he asks you to bring a video camera. Those are two very valuable lessons that this film teaches
well, you're
people.
kind of doing that today.
That's exactly. You're the Doc Brown.
Yeah, I'm Doc Brown. That's right.
Even though this was Doc Brown's house in the movie.
That's right. This is the Gamble House. This is like one of the most famous houses.
This is it. So I can pretty much tell you almost anything about how the car works in the movie. 1.21 gigawatts, which is actually gigawatts. They just used a soft G back then. Plutonium, the time circuits, I know all that stuff. But in reality, I don't know that much about John DeLorean. I just know that it was a very tragic tale.
Well, it is a tragic tale because he was a brilliant engineer and he was a very cool guy. He brought Pontiac from a stuffy businessman's family car. He made it to performance car with the GTO and the Trans Am and all that kind of stuff. He went off to start his own car company. But building a car company is hard, and there were just a lot of problems. He got caught in some desperate situation, eventually wound up with a bunch of cocaine, and it's very murky.
But what mistakes as just a vehicle?
Well, first of all, stainless steel
Not
is
good.
Almost impossible to fix if it's dented.
But the stainless steel is necessary to make the time jump.
Oh, well, of course. Foolish of me not to know that. Yeah.
It does look like a car that was designed over a pile of cocaine, though. Like, it really does have that. It was probably stainless steel, so he could just do lines off the hood.
Well, there you go. There you are.
But what else about it?
That was sort of the problem. Johnny Carson was an investor early in the company, and then Johnny got one of the first cars, and then he was on the freeway, and the battery went dead. And since the doors were electric, he couldn't get out of the car. So they had to come and like get him. So,
they had to wrench Johnny out of a car?
Yeah, it was not good. It was not good. So that didn't help. And then there were labor problems. So the whole thing just kind of fell apart. But
that was that.
This movie was the savior of this car.
Right.
Have you ever driven one?
No, I haven't.
Would you like to drive this one?
I mean, you know I'd want to, Jay.
Well, let's hop in.
Okay.
Come on, let's do it.
Oh my God. This is like losing my virginity in a way.
In a way.
In a way.
In the sense that you're going to get Before we fire it up, let's go through the controls.
Okay. If you remember the movie here, this is how you set your time circuit. So up here tells you where you're going. This one tells you where you are. This one tells you where you were.
I love that this is just like a...
It's just a keypad.
From a push button
Yeah,
phone.
from a little push. I mean, that's what was so great about it is that it really captured your imagination like a DIY time machine.
Right,
so you have your flux capacitor back here.
And what does a flux capacitor do?
Well, it makes time travel possible.
Right, so that's, yeah. It's like invisible cream.
It stores energy, and the energy that it stores helps you, you know, it's a capacitor.
Ready to go?
All right, yeah, let me pull my door down. Is this is a going a safe door to have in a car?
Not in a rollover. Because you're not getting out this window, that's for sure.
No, you're definitely not. Here we go.
Okay, so you're driving the car from the movie. Who did you see the movie with the first time? Was it a date? Did you go with the guys? How did it work?
What made you think that anyone dated me when I was that age? No, I was a nerdy kid. I saw it with my nerdy friends, and then I made my parents go back and see it like 3 times, and then I went to see it alone.
Do you own the copy of the film?
Of course.
You have
I own
VHS and DVD?
VHS, Laserdisc, I DVD version. I have the digital versions of it. I buy every version that comes out.
What connected you to this film? What was it? Did you identify with the character? Did you see yourself?
Identify with the character, you know, as a kid going back and meeting your parents and seeing that your parents were, you know, imperfect beings.
Right.
I loved anything where there was like a really smart character. It's like
Right.
their superpower was, you know, Doc Brown was super smart. You know, it threw some science vernacular into our everyday life, and it was really kind of the beginning of the nerds are winning.
So when you were 14 and you saw this, was this the coolest car in the world? Were you a car guy at that age or no?
No, I mean, this kind of made me a car guy. I think this was the first car that really made me see a car as like a real work of art.
Right.
And it's probably because the way in was through the sort of the nerdy science of it, the DIY, the circuitry, and
Right.
everything. Like that all to me made it special.
So give me your impressions of the car. How does it feel? Is it disappointing? Is it exciting?
It drives like but I'm so excited to be behind the wheel of it that I don't care.
Yeah.
Like it's all shaky, there's no power steering,
Right.
everything in here rattles.
Would you want one of these? Would you try and find one of these since you're such a fan?
I think I might.
And would you keep it as a stock DeLorean or would you do it up like this?
You'd have to do it up like this.
Yeah.
Because otherwise,
We don't have to.
no, you have to.
You have
if you
to.
have a DeLorean, you can't just have it be a DeLorean. That's boring. I'm a little nervous about it, but I would kind of love to see if this baby can get up to 88.
You want to take it at 80 miles an hour?
Well, yeah, I think
I know the perfect place. Stay on this road. I'll show you.
Time circuits on.
Let's do it. Recognize that?
Holy
Well, there you go. Go right,
This
go right.
is it. This is it. We're at the Twin Pines Mall.
It's the Twin Pines Mall!
Okay. Oh my God. I have such a visceral reaction right now. I've seen this
Want
parking
to
lot.
see if this thing will hit 88 miles an hour?
Yes.
All right, let's go.
All right.
This is a big one, the one I've been waiting for all my life.
Stay